One of you will speak for 30 seconds and tell us a number of months prior to the event, what does an undergraduate student say and do? You want to think about this as if you were looking through a camera. What would this camera observe? What are some quotes or words that they use? What is the behavior that they use? What is their appearance? What is their attitude in public? So who is going to speak for breakout room 1?
Well, we just felt like students don't think this far in advance, and we were having a hard time thinking, like, what are they even thinking about, like what the event was. So we kind of got a little bit lost on that, but yeah, that's kind of what we came up with on ours.
So here they are. So you're looking at the undergraduate student. You're looking at them as a person. What do they want in life? What do they need in life? What do they desire in life? What are they hoping for in life? It has actually nothing to do with your event at this point, which seems a little counterintuitive when you come to a marketing for your virtual events seminar, and then you're just like, who are these people, right? What do they see and do? Like, what are they hearing? Because you'll actually find that some of your events that you think are just super important and will be really well attended are events that don't meet needs or wants of our students. And that's a big reason for lack of attendance. So why are there 60 people on this call today? There's 60 people on this call today because I was able to just put one paragraph together that addressed a need or a problem. And yes, there's a need or a problem in our undergraduate students to have a social outlet, but it's so much more than that. So from the student group wants to just share their first slide about what they're seeing and doing? What are we living in the lives of our undergrads here?
I can. Okay, so for we said like we may be in therapy, have anxiety, depression, trying to balance social and school, maybe a little overwhelmed with everything moving online in the pandemic, parents and like expectations for college, and also trying to balance like work life, social life, and school life. It can be kind of a lot. And then besides that, like everyday like social media, and then just like kind of like the judgments that are put on students. And then sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to share it. That's my bad. For here we had you have it so easy. Some people might think students are lazy. Everything's online, just students, like and maybe having less work and like being talked down to as a student, and then just kind of the general assumptions that come with being a college student.
So I just want to leave this up for a second so people can read through all these things. You see, these are students that are filling out about their life, what they're seeing and what they're doing. They're in therapy. A large majority of our students are in therapy, facing skyrocketing levels of anxiety and depression and alcohol problems. And I know there's a lot of faculty, professionals, working professionals, event planners that are also feeling high anxiety and depression. Our students are just trying to balance social and school, and they're feeling very overwhelmed. But I do find it really interesting, the stuff on the right-hand side. You might sit there and be like, how did the students fill all of this out like so quickly? The students have been through this process before. That I teach this process in my class. And so they didn't necessarily fill it out about themselves before, but they've been through the process. So they knew a lot of the questions. So we have to do this as part of our stakeholder analysis and as part of our empathy mapping, because we're trying to, solve real world problems. And that's how we get people to come to our events. So I find it really fascinating, the students, Addison, as you were just talking about that, like things we hear as students, like you have it so easy. You're just students, like get your life together, being talked down to, or generational assumptions. Yeah, just really fascinating.